Imagine a room, dim light, a solitary figure sits at a table, their phone lies face down, no notification glow, no compulsion to share. You wonder, why? They belong to a kind of silent constellation in the vast galaxy of social media, people who see but do not broadcast, who scroll but never craft the post, who press like maybe but leave no trace of themselves behind. Let's walk through this quietly, because silence is what they choose. And for them, silence speaks. 1. The decision not to post in a world where sharing is nearly automatic. Choosing not to share becomes a statement, not of weakness but of control. One Reddit commenter put it simply, "I don't have social media to post, I have it to keep up with the world and old friends." They are not absent, they just refuse the stage. Part of this is psychological. Research on online behavior labels many such people as lurkers, those who engage by observing rather than contributing. They may possess higher self-boundary awareness, choosing what of themselves will be visible and what will remain sacred. It's not shame, it's not necessarily fear, it's a quiet selection. 2. Motivations behind the silence. What drives this silence? Several threads: self-restraint and introspection. Some people simply don't seek external validation. They don't need likes to feel seen. In one forum, they don't need it to be happy and validated. This isn't mere modesty, it's a kind of independence. Privacy and autonomy. In an age of oversharing, some choose to keep a part of themselves off camera. There's something peaceful about keeping things to yourself. They are not hiding, they are preserving. Discerning the stage. Some hold back because the arena of social media feels performative. One observer wrote, "It's kind of addictive. They feel like they're less if they don't do the same." So they opt out instead of chasing the illusion. Minority voice and the spiral of silence. When people sense they have opinions or lives that don't align with the visible majority, they may stay silent to avoid being alone in the spotlight. A recent study found that around 72% of people who think their view is in the minority remain silent. Silence becomes not just preference, it becomes safety. 3. What it reveals. What does this non-posting reveal about them and perhaps about us? Depth. They often dwell beneath the surface. Not every life wants a headline or a highlight reel. Intactness. By not externalizing every moment, they may protect their inner world. Less exposure to comparison, less vulnerability to judgment. Alternative value system. While the ecosystem rewards visibility, these people reject that currency. They value lived experience over broadcast experience. Yet, lack of posting is not always serene, because if you don't participate publicly, you may feel less belonging, less recognition of your presence. Lurkers may experience less intimacy in certain social media communities. There's a cost. Silence can shelter, but silence can also isolate. 4. The irony. Here's the twist. In choosing not to post, they become a kind of signal themselves. Their absence becomes noticeable in a world full of noise. One Reddit poster said, "People who post the most about their lives are the saddest and most disappointed in life." When someone doesn't post, others may project, "What's wrong? What are they hiding? Is it a red flag?" So the silent person, just by staying silent, becomes visible in a way. And in that irony lies the psychology. Participation isn't the only way to be seen. Non-participation speaks to 5. Why it matters for you watching this. What does this mean? If you rarely post, no, you're not invisible. Your silence is part of your identity. If you post often, pause to ask, why? Is it for you or is it for them? For creators and narrators like you, this silent space is rich. There are lives, thoughts, motivations behind the blank grids and zero posts. It reminds us, not all communication happens via text or image or story. Sometimes the deepest message is the one not broadcast. 6. Final reflection. So next time you scroll and you encounter an account with no posts or someone who rarely speaks, don't assume absence, don't assume apathy. Instead, consider presence in withdrawal. The choice to watch and not show is not always ghosting, it can be purposeful. They are the silent watchtower. They observe the storms, the trends, the spectacles, and choose to remain unmoved. In a world that constantly demands a voice, their voice is quiet. It whispers, "I am here, I do not need the applause." And in that whisper, there is strength.